Hello, I am Marquis, and this is the first of my series of game recording and analysis. So this is a game played against Morholt, and I'm playing the dinos, as you can see. So that's my favorite list, one of the most competitive lists out there, I think, with the fire lizards being quite OP at the moment, and have a selection of big dinos. The idea here would be that an opponent cannon would have too many targets. So basically you offer them more targets that they can chew on, and they might kill some bruisers, or they can damage badly your warlord, but they cannot deal with all the threats at the same time. So threat overload. And a flyer, the pterodactyl, so that you can harass the flanks or play on the sides, and even maybe target enemy backline and artillery. My opponent plays Abyssal, and they have a very good list with the chariot that have Abyssal armor, so the top 2+ save on the chariot make them very durable against most enemy range unit. He has a core of infantry and 2 hounds. So the hounds are very good offensive unit, very good flankers, but they are very fragile with only 1 wound and 3 defense. So typically what happens is that if you leave them unchecked, they can be really nasty, and if you look at them funny with the range unit, they die immediately. The deployment, so the replays in Soul don't display the objective, but it was an objective game. Okay, there was an objective in the middle that brings 50 points, 50 victory points for whoever sits on it, and there are no enemy unit doing the same thing at the same time. Okay, the deployment is that I placed my my anvil unit, the bruisers, and mostly the triceratops is the perfect anvil unit. And my opponent did more or less the same thing, placing the chariot that can reach the central objective on turn 1, infantry that is going to occupy the middle, and the hard hitting unit on the sides, so the hound and his champion on chariot. As far as my deployment goes, like I said, I had my my anvil unit in the middle and my warlord on the side. I was hoping that I could catch some unit looking like hounds, or maybe I was expecting a lord of Manticore as well that could come on that side, and the pterodactyl here are looking to go around here and flank and go on the side. So my first move would be to go in the middle. The first turn is always a positioning turn, and you can do some damage if you have some range unit. In our specific case here, the big opportunity would be that this fire lizard to shoot at the hounds. It turns out that when I measured it, it was slightly too far. Okay, the maximum range went approximately here. So I could not reach the hound. Knowing that, the whole first turn, and my opponent is a very good player, he's a top 10 player, my opponent knew that as well. So the whole first turn is, can I reach the hound at some point? Okay, and all the moves that you're going to see will be delaying moves to save time for that to happen or to not happen. Because I move first, my opponent has the opportunity to have the hounds move last, okay? And so if he chooses to do so, then I won't be able to shoot at the hounds. Put some range pressure. You can see how strong the fire lizards are. They burn immediately half of the... And here you can see that I did not have the opportunity to move the fire lizard in range of the hounds. I could have moved the pterodactyl on the side, but my opponent would not have done the mistake of moving the hounds first, right? He would have moved the chariot first. So then I would have to move the fire lizard, and I still would not have shot at the hounds. So I moved the fire lizard first, hoping to do some damage to the champion, and you can see I did a good amount of damage to the champion. So that was not a wasted move at all, after all, okay? But now what is my opponent going to do? He's moving the hounds here, and I had a big dilemma. I was able to move the riders here on the side and get a flank charge on the hounds. But if I did so, I was about to position myself really on the side like that, which would have meant that my opponent on his last move could have positioned his chariot approximately here, get a side charge on my riders, and a charge from the hounds on the fire lizard, which would have been absolutely perfect for him. Sorry. Turn 2, the charges. So I get my charge here, he gets his charge, and he gets the charge on the fire lizard with the chariot, of course. I hesitated a lot with the lord. Could have charged the hounds. I don't recall. Yeah, because I was choosing first the charge. Not recall the order. I think my first move was to pick the charge here on the hounds. And then he could have charged me with the hounds, but I suspect he thought it was a bad idea. And I think it was a bad idea. Because here, he gets the opportunity to side charge me like that. Well, yeah, that's what happened. So, stop here a minute. So, please stop. So, why is it not stopping? This is not stopping. Stop! Okay, I cannot stop in the middle of a fight, apparently. Okay, a lot of things happened. So, I did my charge here, and so you could see that the hounds went on the back, okay? So that would be nasty for me. But I don't know if I had any other choice. Maybe I should have moved my lord over there, refusing the combat on the flank. I don't know. On the right flank, things weren't about as expected. I did a wound to the champion, so that's good. I killed the hound, so that's good, but I have just one rider left. In the middle, I killed a bunch of Northmen axes, and the chariot here did some wound to my fire lizard, and I fled. A good result here. Here, both of the Northmen axes held, which gave him a very good sandwich charge opportunity. That's bad. That's bad for me. I have 3 wounds left. I did not make the axes flee. That's really bad. Okay. Of course, Soul is a game of statistics and dice and luck. Okay, so you have to pick the best choice, the choice that gives you the best expected value, but also you have to minimize what happens when something does not go your way. Okay, and here maybe I should have been more cautious with my lord. I position myself so that I could side charge here or side charge into the hound. I call the war cry. I did not need the war cry in the previous turn because I was charging with most of them, but now that I'm not charging, having the +1 power is quite useful. His Abyssal champion gets the demonic possession to do some damage to my bruisers, but it's quite clear that with just 1 wound left, I will probably kill it. So this is the important fight, and he kills my lord. Okay, so that's really bad. So here I make the axis flee. Managed to kill one bruiser, two bruisers, so that's quite unlucky. But I kill his lord, he killed my fire lizard. At that point, the fight is still quite balanced. The replay does not show the objective, but I have managed to grab it for a few times now, and have, I think, 100 points. I'm 100 points ahead. Okay, but he has 3 units, 1 unit of Norseman axe that could rally, and have only 1 big Triceratops, but apart from that, it's just like small units here and there. So basically, I have an opportunity to side charge the hounds, which I will take with the rider, because I can make that big unit, big dangerous unit flee. My bruiser is probably going to lose to the chariot. I need to decide what to do with the Triceratops. Do I pull it back so that it could fight against the chariot next turn? Do I charge in the back of the Norseman axes? I break them. I don't know. I don't know what's the best option here. I have taken the choice to rear charge here. I think, and my opponent agrees with me, that it was the right choice, but it went catastrophically wrong. So here my rider are doing very good in making the hounds flee, so that's a big win for me. My Triceratops here fail to break them, and that's bad, because that means I cannot come back here to save my bruiser. Something even worse, it's an equal fight here, so that's really bad, because I'm still not able to turn back. He kills my bruiser, so that was expected, but I don't have my Triceratops now facing toward the chariot, so that's a problem. And then the catastrophe, but I think at that point I'm still ahead, because even if he rear charges me, I think my Triceratops can hold. Maybe he steals the middle objective, and I think my Triceratops is worth more than his chariot. But look at that, guys. Look at that bad. That's the losing engagement here. I do 3 damage, but he saves 2 of them. He had failed another one. I would have had the points here, and I would have a pterodactyl rider free. Okay, but now not only I fail to kill them, but also I flee. Turn 6, he position in the middle, and the Triceratops again does not win the fight against the Northman axis, and my pterodactyl rider don't rally. So here's a chain reaction of bad luck, but I'm never completely blaming the loss on bad luck, all right? There's always some stuff that you could have done better. I could have positioned my lord, perhaps not taking the bad engagement on the side, and I'm still not convinced that my Triceratops recharging the axes was the right call. Regardless, the end of the game is as expected, because the chariot on the Triceratops don't do much, but the big thing is that his guy can steal the objective and win 50 points here. In the end, he won by, I think, 10 points. That was a great game. They're very, very good opponent, and we chatted after the game about what could have been done different. Obviously, my Triceratops not breaking the axe for 3 turns was bad luck. Obviously, if the pterodactyl rider fight versus the two Northmen had gone differently, obviously things would have been easier. But yeah, some choices could have been done different. In the end, he wins by 2. Yeah, I succeed my moral check and he wins by 2. That was an awesome game, and thank you to my opponent. I can't wait to fight against with you, man.